I am what you get. This is what you're hearing is what I am. If you ask me in my living room what I think great, they call it a great room today. Look at a house. You go to like real estate open. Why do they call a living room a great room? Most of them are like 8 by 9. What do they call it? The great room. Where'd they come up with that garbage? Another thing with real estate that I look at it, it's like a hobby of mine. I have a number of properties. When did this begin that you open a real estate magazine, instead of seeing the listing, I show you the realtor in a bad outfit with rented earrings? Why? I don't care who the realtor is. It takes up to half the ad. Some hire from Mill Valley they put in there with bad lips. I mean, it's horrible. Why do they do that? Show me the house. I don't care who's selling it. It doesn't matter what the person looks like. I want to know what the house is, the square footage. I want to know how much it's selling for, and I want to know the sold and closed in the neighborhood to see whether it's a good investment. What are you telling me about the realtor? What does that have to do with anything? That's just a personal peeve. So we're talking about, this and that and that and this. A rough field today, real estate. Have to become a massage therapist on the side in order to make it as real. No, if you're on the lower end as a realtor, in certain communities today, you have to take a job on the side as a masseuse in order to pay the bills. I had no idea there were so many heroes in the cafeterias. All that tomato soup and when I was a kid in the Bronx, I hated tomato. The smell of tomato soup when I went in the cafeteria, I would retch from it. That smell of institutional soup. See, in my day, they actually cooked the food. It wasn't brought in like a tray from McDonald's or wherever they bring it in from. Marriott Food Catering. In my day, they had weird-looking women. They were out of mental institutions working. Remember they looked like those dietitians. They didn't call dietitians. They worked in the school kitchens. They were scary women. They were very pasty. They all looked like that they were devil worshippers to me. I never wanted to touch any of their food, whatever they made, but that smell of the tomato soup, as I entered the PS49 in the Bronx, I think, whatever I went to, I'd go to the cafeteria instant smacko migraine the minute I walked into that smell of the tomato soup. I mean, if you're repainting your car, okay, you take a quart home, spill it on the hood, wipe it in, and it's Miracle Wipe, takes the paint right off. I don't know what they put in there. It must have been excess government tomatoes from Italy or something after the war, that they bought tomatoes from the Italian. Who knows? They bought them underground tomatoes. Here's a little story from the San Francisco area. As you well know, we're swimming with homeless bums. The streets are broken, et cetera, and so on. Gorgeous city. We all love it. And run by liberal psychos. Tax us to death and don't use any of the money except for their cronies, the patronage positions. Voters are split on whether to approve a $937 million stadium for the 49ers, a poll shows. You hear? Wait, let me repeat that. Santa Clara 50-50 on a $937 million stadium for the 49ers. In a time like this, they're going to build a sports team, $1 billion stadium? That's amazing.